GM and welcome back to the channel. In this one, I'm taking you through the bull case for HXRO Network. Full disclosure, I've recently purchased a large bag and I'm max staking this thing because I have a lot of conviction that this will be a major player in the Solana DeFi ecosystem and DeFi more broadly. So in this one, let's go through exactly what HXRO Network does, what it's providing for the dApps building atop of it, and how it has some very impressive top-notch tokenomics plus flywheels to make your head spin. So if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and let's jump in. So HXRO Network is founded by Mr. Rob Levy and Dan Gunsberg here, two former Chicago traders. So Tradfi bros with a lot of experience now turned to crypto OGs. These two have built something very impressive here on Solana with HXRO. Now, if any of you were around in the last bull cycle, you may recognize them from the HXRO Labs YouTube channel, specifically from Deltafy each and every Tuesday where they were dropping major alpha. They bring decades of TradFi experience over to Solana with HXRO Network, and they've built out a composable liquidity stack, which acts as a building block for others to come and build on top of. You can think of this as kind of an L2, but of liquidity, specifically for derivatives trading and betting applications. So by building out the liquidity primitive here on Sol, what they're doing is solving for a major issue that many builders are faced with. How the heck do you get liquidity to your new dApp? This means the builders can come plug and play with their ecosystem and just get onto the user acquisition side. Now let's break down the primitives that they've built natively on HXRO Network and what is coming up very soon here, as it feels like we are just before a major Cambrian explosion for HXRO. So we have HXRO, the decentralized derivatives network, solely focused on bringing the biggest trading instruments over to the DeFi landscape, all under this one umbrella. So you can kind of think of this as the CME, but for DeFi. Now it has four main core protocols here. So the first one is Dexterity protocol. These are the open source smart contracts that handles the accounting, exchange, and settlement functions. Then second, we have Spandex. This is the on-chain derivatives risk engine, handles margin, risk, and liquidation. Thirdly, we have the parimutuel protocol. If you don't know what parimutuel is, essentially the meaning of that is betting amongst ourselves. And parimutuels are event-based bets. So say you have a horse race would be a good example. Punters will place their bets. The pool will then collect the funds. It will also take a fee from this. And then the winners who correctly picked the right horse or horses will get a share of the winnings. So this is the infrastructure for peer-to-peer markets, think sports betting and that kind of stuff. And then fourthly, down there, we have SAM protocol. This is the smart automated market maker. And these provide that on-chain liquidity for these events to actually function. So this is the foundation of HXRO Network. These four pillars essentially mean that anyone who wants to build can just come and plug and play with this. They will share in the liquidity, they will share in the risk engines, all that good stuff. And so you as a dApp builder, all you have to do is focus on user acquisitions and building out the front end that you want to see. So plug and play just like a Lego piece, but for derivatives and betting apps. So why is this bullish and why is the time specifically now? Well, what we're starting to see is Solana DeFi 2.0 come to the fore. So as you can see from some of the logos here, the likes of Zeta Markets, MarginFi, HXRO down here, Jito, Marinade, etc., Solana DeFi is starting to get a bit of a boom. These new protocols are launching, many of which are doing airdrops. Some of the protocols we'll mention today in this video building on HXRO are also doing airdrops. And so there's going to be a lot of liquidity on this chain as people earn a wealth effect off the back of this. Now, DeFi 1.0 was tarnished by that of FTX and the likes of high fully diluted valuations and just giga dumping tokens on people's heads. But now we have actual value accrual protocols being built on Solana, namely that of HXRO. And there is a massive need for deep liquidity and someone to really provide the main infrastructure of liquidity to Solana more broadly. Serum has left a huge vacuum here, and I strongly believe that HXRO can be the replacement for this and generate the types of liquidity that will see institutions and retail alike participate a lot more here on Sol. Think about the next wave of DeFi participants coming to the crypto space in the upcoming bull run. They're not going to be able to afford to operate on ETH mainnet. And so I think HXRO Network here on Solana has a major role to play. Now, just to show you something built on top of Dexterity is OpenHero, so built using the Dexterity back end. This is a reference implementation, as they say, of what can be built to Hero's derivative protocol. You can see the actual UI here, and on the right-hand side, it has market ladders. These are kind of the preferred UI in a traditional trading world. So what this shows you is these former TradFi guys know exactly what products need to be produced for traditional finance to actually come into our ecosystem. So the plumbing here in the background will be TradFi friendly, and then we're going to see a lot of protocols coming in, plugging into this and bringing their own versions, different skins and things, and presenting to the retail public different implementations. So I'm highly bullish on them having good product market fit, building out that deep liquidity that is needed to actually get institutions involved on chain. But what's most bullish about this is the fact that the HXRO Network token, HXRO is the ticker, well, it actually has genuine value accrual, and at these downtrodden prices means that you can actually scoop up a larger percentage of the network, stake it, and get some huge benefits. So let's run through the HXRO Network staking 101 here that was tweeted out. So if you have the HXRO Network token, it is a governance token, but as I say, a value accrual mechanism as well. You have to stake it for intervals between a minimum of 1 week all the way up to a 3-year period. Now, 50% of all network fees derive from transactions on HXRO-powered dApps. So this could be derivatives markets, they could be the parimutuels, betting applications, etc. That 50% is going straight to the pockets of those HXRO stakers. And predominantly, this will be in USDC, as this is what the settlement token is for most of the dApps. There will be some HXRO and also bonk rewards as well, but the majority will be in that real yield of US dollars. Now, to get the maximum stake weight, this is where you actually have to stake the token for the max duration. So if you want the biggest multiplier, which is a 3x, 300% increase, you must stake the token for a 3-year period. So in my mind, when you do something like that, this is then becoming a purchase, and you should be looking at how many dollars per week is this thing paying you, rather than what is the underlying collateral value of the tokens that you've staked up. Any HXRO denominated rewards will be paid in escrowed HXRO. This is from the escrowed GMX model, ES HXRO. And what you can do with that is either lock it and stake it to the network so that you're getting increased stake weight, more governance rights, more dollars in your pocket from the revenue share, or you can claim it for actual HXRO, the underlying token, but it will vest and automatically convert over a 1/365th per day. So over the course of 1 full year, you would get those rewards drip fed to you. But every time you receive USDC rewards, if you've got the max lock, you are receiving those into your claim portal each and every single day. We can see this here on the diagram. This is rewards versus locked stake. So on the left-hand side, these are the rewards you're receiving, and over what duration are these coming to you. So say you stake your HXRO for just 1 week, you've got to wait the maximum 365 days to get your rewards out. But if you stake all the way down here to the 3 years maximum, there are 0 days of waiting. So this shows you clearly the idea here is to incentivize users to max stake their bags, and that way they receive liquid rewards immediately each and every day. So if you want to get a passive income stream, you max stake your HXRO, you're then going to get paid out USDC each day. And as this network grows, the flywheels kick in and more volume comes on the network, you're going to be getting even bigger passive income rewards. So just to repeat and make it very clear, 50% of all network transaction fees go to HXRO stakers. That is absolutely huge. And then the remainder of the transaction fees are broken down and given to the treasury, LP providers, the insurance fund, the smart automated market maker probability providers, and also the Theo surface providers as well. If you want to dig into all of those with a bit more detail, check out the docs page, which I'll leave down below. So people are trading derivatives, we're getting paid as a HXRO staker. People are gambling, we're getting paid fees from that as well. But what other incentives are there to stake? Well, recently they released this, showing you the kind of VIP tiers, if you will, of what your baseline fee will be the more HXRO that you stake. So this starts at 50,000 HXRO staked. You get a 10% discount on both the parimutuel protocol and Dexterity protocol fees, bringing that down to 4.5 and 0.045% respectively. But as you can see, the bigger the bag that you stake, the higher the discount percentage becomes. So for power users and maybe even dApps alike as well, they'll want to accumulate as much of these tokens as possible and start staking them. They can either reap the rewards themselves or potentially be passing those on to their end consumers. So we've got a rewards token with value accrual plus incentives to actually lock up loads of tokens to reduce the fees you pay. Now, as I say, HXRO Network is in the early stages of something special here, and to really kickstart things, they've got network volume incentives, and we've seen how impactful this can be in the past, as incentives really do drive adoption. People will come and use these protocols to get the incentives, and as the incentives drives more traders to the protocols, that means more revenues, it means deeper liquidity, and it provides a virtuous cycle within which the HXRO stakers are taking a clip of everything on here. So they've allocated 40 million HXRO, roughly $4 million worth of incentives for early participation on HXRO-powered perps and futures applications, rewarding traders based on their pro rata share of daily trading volume. Now they have 1,000 epochs of $1 billion gross notional trading volume. So each epoch, once $1 billion is hit in gross notional trading volumes, they'll release the payments for that epoch. This is distributed as ES HXRO as per the chart here, and this should take many years for this to emit out. So now over to the HXRO app. This is where you can actually stake your HXRO tokens, and you come to the staking vault here. There's a bit of a drop down menu, and this is where you would plug in the duration you want to actually stake for. And once you have HXRO in your wallet, the available balance will show here, and you can choose how much you wish to stake for said duration. The maximum lock, as mentioned, is 3 years. So at current, this would take me up to the 2nd of August 2026 here. Further down, you can see the claim area, and this is where you would receive your USDC rewards, potentially on a daily basis if you do start to max lock, and also ES HXRO as well down here, alongside some bonk rewards. So what's more to push their growth forward is the fact they have a grants program with 5 million HXRO up for grabs. So within this, what they're saying is build your derivatives trading or betting dApp using HXRO Network SDKs, software development kits, and access the liquidity that you need to scale from day one. Remember, you're sharing all the liquidity of this network. So builders who have got good ideas, but really are maybe put off by the fact, they don't want to have to raise liquidity themselves, well, they can come and plug and play here with the HXRO network. And that is exactly what's happening. Apparently they're getting many grant applications each and every day. And currently there's roughly 18 projects set to launch on top of HXRO network, which could well kick off a bit of a HXRO summer, if you will. So on screen, we have some of the ecosystem live dApps. We know about YOLO Nolo. I've covered this quite a bit here on the channel. We have Flowmatic coming to the market very soon, as they keep teasing over on Twitter. This is an API, the actual API that YOLO Nolo uses itself for the Nolo perps. And this again will make things very simple for teams to come and plug and play with HXRO Network, utilizing this API. And again, HXRO Network stakers will be getting a clip of all the fees that go through this. Plus we have things coming from the likes of iconic markets, and there's live dApps such as things like Bonk or Bust on here as well. Now upcoming, we have PepperDex, more on this in just a second, but what you can see here, there's a lot of things coming to market very soon, and as yet, I don't think the wider crypto space is all that aware of this. So there's quite a lot of alpha in being early to all of these protocols and early to this network more broadly. So on the gaming side of things, or online gambling if you will, Bitblox is one of the operators that is getting HXRO Network enabled games embedded into Web 2 apps. So think of maybe Betfair or maybe even Rollbit, utilizing content from HXRO and plugging that into their site. Again, clips of fees will be going to HXRO stakers from each of these transactions, which is pretty damn wild. Because when you think about it, how many companies in the crypto space are able to generate revenues from outside of the crypto space? Well, with the gaming market, this will be something HXRO can do, and Bitblox is leading the charge for this. You can see they're going to the Barcelona Summit in September, and they've got some really cool games coming out. I like the name down here, Crypto Nags on the right-hand side. As we recently saw that hamster racing, and even in the previous cycle, horse racing, with teams like D-Race did exceptionally well. So Gunny breaks down a bit of alpha here, saying, look, in terms of the online gaming market, Rollbit is just an operator, but their platform is the marketing engine. HXRO Network is the Web3 liquidity engine that powers derivatives and betting dApps that would be content that exist in Rollbit's game suite. He says through Bitblox Studio, HXRO protocols are powering apps and widgets that will end up on operators like Rollbit. So just imagine for yourself an on-chain casino powered by the HXRO native stack, settling on-chain instantly, and the HXRO stakers would be essentially toll booth operators collecting a clip each time the dApp is used. So derivatives are a huge market. The online gambling market is absolutely phenomenal as well. And as you can see, HXRO Network is trying to tap into both of these in a major way. Now, one of the upcoming applications here on top of HXRO is PepperDex. This is coming very soon, on-chain perpetuals and expiring futures trading platform. Apparently the UI for this is super slick. Well, just to show you how the network has full buy-in here and that there's just value accrual on every single level, we'll go through the recent changes to the PEP token distribution and the rewards. So if you're early to this thing and you maybe join their Discord, you're going to get invited potentially to start using the PepperDex. There's an airdrop, 2.5% of the total supply coming. They're giving 2.5% of a supply to the HXRO treasury as well. And there's going to be some huge trading volume incentives, 25% of the tokens, stimulating demand to use PepperDex. Now, why is this so interesting? Well, when we look at the fee distribution, they take a 50 bips fee. 25 bips goes directly to HXRO Network stakers. So this dApp is directly providing revenue to HXRO stakers when this goes live. And then out of the remainder, 30% goes to the PEP token stakers paid in USDC rewards, 20% goes to their LP for protocol-owned liquidity, 20% to the DAO treasury, but then 20% goes to buying back HXRO off of the market and then staking it with a maximum lock. So you can see the kind of federation here being built around HXRO from its own dApps. They're trying to accumulate as much network stake as possible for governance, so maybe they can sway things in their favor in the future. But also this gives them a secondary revenue stream as well. So USDC rewards to HXRO stakers, ES HXRO, and also Bonk rewards. What this means is this protocol can start to give rewards to their stakers, not only from their own dApp, but from that of the HXRO network more broadly as well. So from day dot, there will be 2 income streams for PEP staking rewards. Pretty damn crazy. This means they're actively going to be taking HXRO tokens out of circulating supply and max locking them, kind of like the curve wars we've seen previously. They're also then protecting themselves with additional revenue sources. And they've also got a bit of like a call option there as well on the success of others in the HXRO network. Because if someone else comes online with an amazing product and it really sweeps up loads of traffic and starts to do exceptionally well, well, you know, half of their fees are also going back to HXRO stakers as well. So it just seems like a no-brainer win-win for everyone to be max locking a load of HXRO and reaping the benefits of this wider economy. Right, last but not least here, Grant over at Blocmates did put out a fair valuation guide or prediction model here for HXRO and put together this calculation. The figures are actually quite close to what the current market price is, around 18 cents. And he says, look, if you put 10K in right now, HXRO tokens you'd receive is around 55,000. Based on the GMX staking rate of around 85%, we can pull these figures out. So if the platform is doing $100 million in average daily volume, well, the fees generated will be roughly 25K's worth to the stakers of the HXRO token. If you are therefore a max locker with a 3-year period, your rewards per day would be $15, and that comes out to an APR of 54%. Very healthy indeed. He then took this one step further with some predictions based on some numbers that maybe the likes of GMX are doing right about now. Average daily volume of around 500 million bucks. This would mean there's 125K's worth of fees going to HXRO stakers. So if you max lock those 55,000 tokens, your reward each and every day would be roughly $74, an APR of 270%. But of course, the token price would not stay the same if it's churning out these numbers. The token price would go a lot higher. But this is to say that the opportunity here is with these depressed prices, you can own a larger chunk of this network overall before the bull market comes and before all these protocols actually start to get released and the flywheels really start turning, and before these numbers, which may seem a little bit ambitious right now, actually become a reality. So in terms of the Solana landscape, I think this is one of the best opportunities there is, and a fantastic way to set up a passive income stream with Solana DeFi. So what we can see here is that there's a federation being built around HXRO Network. There's clearly some buy-in from the protocols launching on top of it. And as more of them launch on top, the flywheel gets bigger and better. And you're actually making bets in both derivatives and the online betting scene as well. Everyone's incentives seem to be aligned around max staking the HXRO token. And I honestly think this is a great opportunity right now, because if I could go back in a time machine to 2020, I would definitely be locking away some major clips of ETH DeFi blue chips. But here, I think we have the opportunity of a lifetime yet again, but over on Solana. So I hope you enjoyed this one, the bull case for HXRO Network. Drop me a comment down below. What do you think of this? And I'll get back to you with any questions you got. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.